Hey guys, hopefully this is gonna be a short video and I'm not gonna do a full build guide video. I'm just gonna talk about the idea that I had, what I did with the build, and pros and cons. As always, timestamps, links and our info will be in video description. So the idea was to use Null's Inclination, Champion, summon Phantasm on kill, and summon SRS on kill, and maybe summon Skeletons with a new helmet. You probably know that I'm not a buff person, I'm more like a summoner and a caster, so with a little bit of help from Tarkicat and a couple other people, I put this sort of buff slash summoner kind of a build. Phantasm minions use spell physical projectiles that always pierce, while SRS and Skeletons use melee attacks. As a champion, you can taunt enemies, making them unable to evade attacks, which helps you deal damage and SRS and Skeletons deal damage. And since I am using on kill effect, so I still need to do damage myself. So here's what I did. I have tried to increase my own damage with Tornado Shot and then get some damage from minions and use auras to boost my and minion damage. With Null's Inclination buff, when you kill, you trigger all the minion gems inside that buff. And I'm using SRS inside that buff linked with minion speed, which is very important, faster attacks because it's easier to get green than red, then minion damage, and finally melee splash for clear speed. Also, my Tornado Shot is linked with, well, summon Phantasm on kill, Blood Magic, GMP, added cold damage and added lighting damage. I needed support gems that would affect both Tornado Shot and spell projectile minions. For a single target like Elder's Guidance and Elder, I do swap Phantasm on kill for elemental focus. And I must say it kind of feels better to just not use Phantasm on kill and just use elemental focus for more damage. Also on my helmet, basically I have 25% chance to trigger socketed spells when I attack with a bow. So I do have summon Skeletons, by the way level 21, quality 20, with melee splash, melee physical damage and minion damage. And I do swap melee splash for multi-strike. On rings and amulet I did try to get some damage like elemental damage with attacks, flat damage. And I do use Venomous Weave gloves for aspect of the spider. Initially I was going to go with aspect of the avian and use 2 auras. But actually I checked the numbers in Path of Building and it's actually better to use aspect of the spider and it is more reliable because it is not a rotational buff. And that way I can still use a better armor like this one. I bought this one for like 15C. It was corrupted and perfect socket colors. Currently I am using Anger Aura, linked with Enlighten level 3 and also Herald of Ice. Herald of Ice is just to boost my own damage. But like I said, this is actually more damage for me and for my minions when using Wrath, Anger with level 3 Enlighten and aspect of the Avian. Minion movement speed doesn't really help much. Phantasms are, well, pretty slow anyway, they tend to fall behind because they are ranged, and SRS just don't need more speed because of Flash Offering, which I trigger by the way from the bow on kill. So SRS just zoom through enemy packs from pack to pack, and Phantasm minions, while we do have a bit better life than Skeletons, they still die quite easily. Oh, same goes for Skeletons, they just don't live. So the main problem for this build is it cannot deal with single target. If you get a bunch of adds and you can get a bunch of kills and trigger a bunch of minions and deal with bosses fast enough before they all expire or die, then it is pretty decent. And even if you carry a bunch of worm flasks, it's just not gonna be enough. Of course I'm only level 8 and there's still room to improve, but basically I'm not gonna get better items, maybe 1 or 2 rings or amulet. And from the passive skill tree I'm actually thinking about grabbing minion life because like I said, we just don't live, we just die very easily. Even level 21 Skeletons. So for that reason I don't want to play this build anymore. I will include Path of Building import code if you want to mess with this build and maybe copy it. Oh, one last thing, well maybe 2 things. Blink or Mirror Arrow will not trigger on kill effects from the bow, so you will not summon for example SRS or Skeletons from the bow. Because Blink and Mirror Arrow are minions and they do not trigger on kill effects. However, you can link Mirror or Blink Arrow with Phantasm on kill. Also, for some reason in Path of Building, faster attacks affect your Phantasm minions, which doesn't make any sense because Phantasm minions are, well, spellcasters. Also, you cannot trigger Blink or Mirror Arrow in above with kills. And another thing that you can do with Null's Inclination is to use summon Skeletons on kill and use multiple Dark Pact inside that bow. Just make sure that summon Skeletons is the first in the link and then Dark Pacts after the summon Skeletons. and this I think is one of the best FPS killers I have ever seen, and I was only using 3 Dark Pacts. This actually would require a completely different build. You would want minion life, and you wouldn't care about minion damage. And I think it would work the best with Necromancer because you would summon 3 skeletons with just 1 kill without from Dust Jewel, but it would still have the same issue. Anything that is on kill will be bad against single target. You may be able to make it work with Flask Finder and a lot of Worm Flasks, but I think it's still gonna be clunky. So that's gonna be all. I'm moving to my next build because I'm tired of having no damage and pretty bad clear speed and just feeling clunky all the time. So my next build should be pretty tanky, should have pretty good damage, shouldn't have too many conditional things, and hopefully will have an easier time doing Elder and maybe even Shaper's Guardians. I am doing Chieftain with Avatar of Fire, Scorching Ray, Castle Channeling, Blade Vortex. That's all, thank you for watching and see you soon.